Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Before we start our lesson, let's look at a short story about two girls. Nikita and Bubbly went to Usmania grounds to play basketball. They began to play at 9 a.m. and finished at 10 a.m. So they were playing basketball at 9:30. If you look at this story, you look at the underlined words. They were playing basketball at 9:30. What does it mean? At 9:30, the game was continuing. That means they were playing. The basketball. The game was in the in the middle. That means it was still going on. So when did they start? They started at 9 a.m. finished at 10 a.m. So they were playing basketball at 9:30. Okay, so this is called, if you say like this, some action in the past tense, in the past, continuing for some time from one point to the other point, that should be in past continuous tense. Okay, so they were playing basketball at 9:30. Guys, let's try to understand how past continuous tense is used. So we can give at least three rules for using past continuous tense. The first one is past continuous tense is used for interrupted actions in the past. Interrupted actions in the past. And the second rule is parallel actions in the past. Third rule is a series of parallel actions in the past. Guys, first rule is past continuous tense describes interrupted actions. Interrupted actions means some action will interfere into another action. So here, I saw a snake while I was going to school. Look here. I was going to school is the main sentence here. I was going to school. It was going on. For example, see, I started going to school at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I was in the middle. So for example, at 9:30, I saw a snake. It happened in the middle. Right. So here, while I was going to school, I saw a snake. Seeing a snake is an interrupted action. Okay. So if there is no interrupted action, you have to say I went to school. Okay. So second rule is when I reached home, my children were sleeping. My children were sleeping. So here interrupted action is reaching home. You reached home. For example, see, children started sleeping at 8 p.m. and they were still sleeping till 6 a.m. next morning. So when did you reach home? You reach home at 10 p.m. So 10 p.m. you reached home. That's the interrupted action. When I reached home, so that means I reached home at 10 p.m. So they started sleeping at 8 p.m. till next morning 6 a.m. So it was continuing for some time, and in the middle there is something happened. That is, I was reaching home. So when I reached home, my children were sleeping. I hope you are understanding it. And the third example is when you called me, I was sleeping. So I was sleeping. It's a continuous action. It went on for some time. In between, you called me. That means when you called me, I was sleeping. For example, I started sleeping from 10 p.m. to next morning 7 a.m. and you called me at 11 p.m. So at 11 p.m. I was sleeping. The action was going on continuously. So let's look at the form here. What is the form you have to use? So you guys here, so there is a subject plus was or were plus V1 plus, so ing form plus object. So here, so subject takes was or were. So was used for a single subjects or third person singulars. For example, Rahul was sleeping. Okay, or he was sleeping. She, okay, and then I was sleeping. And for was, were for a plural actions. For example, they were. So they were sleeping. So you guys see, they were sleeping, and you were sleeping. We were sleeping. So this is the form. You have to use was or were with the subject, and was or were depends on whether you have a singular subject or plural subject. And a V1 takes inform and there will be object. Sometimes there will not be object. So guys, this is the first rule. Let's move to the second rule. Okay. So second rule is parallel actions in the past. Let's look at the examples. First example is while my family was sleeping, I was reading a book. So here these two are happening together. That means at the same time. So parallel means two actions are occurring at the same time, simultaneously. Both were going on simultaneously. My family was sleeping, I was sleeping. Okay, so it is different from the first rule. And the second rule is Rahul was playing tennis. Rahul was playing tennis while I was watching TV. Rahul was playing, I was watching. Third example, you look at the third example. Nisha was using phone while I was preparing for exams. Both are going on at the same time. So Nisha was playing, using, and I was preparing. So this is the second rule that we need to remember to use past continuous tense. Two actions that happened in the past will continue for some time at the same time. That means simultaneously both the actions continued for some time. So let's move to the third rule. Guys, third rule is a series of parallel actions in the past. A series of parallel actions. In the second rule, we looked at two actions together happening, and here a series of actions. Look at this incident. When I entered the class, Raghu was trying to escape. Suresh and Naresh were fighting. Meena was playing video games, and some of the boys were shouting loudly. So everything in the class was a mess. Okay, look at this incident. What happened? As soon as I entered the class, what I found Raghu was trying to escape. It was happening. Suresh and Naresh were fighting. Meena was playing video games, and some of the boys were shouting loudly. Okay, so at least four actions were continuously happening. Okay, and it's a series together, so at the same time. So that's why, this is called a series of parallel actions. Guys, we looked at three rules. Remember them, and I'll present you other things in the next video. Thank you guys for watching my videos, and if you like my videos, please like them, comment them, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe, don't forget to press the bell button. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching.